he talks about Jesus in two different aspects or two different perspectives in the same chapter. He refers to Jesus as being the Lamb of God. And then later on, he refers to Jesus as being the Lion of Judah. And so when you think about that, well, here's this lamb. A lamb is this nice, woolly, cuddly creature, that really doesn't have any ability to defend itself at all. It has no fangs. I mean, really, if you get around sheep and you understand sheep, they can't even kick you very hard. So there's not much defense there. Well, look at a lion. What is a lion? The king of the jungle. I mean, he roars, he commands. I mean, he eats sheep. I mean, this is the lion. And so the problem is that for too long, because of like what you said just a few moments ago, that masculinity has been considered toxic for far too long. Anything masculine that has to do with Jesus, it seems to be swept under the rug, and people don't want to talk about it. Even with men who are pastors of churches, instead of talking about the hard things or picking men up and helping men see that, hey, this is your calling, and Jesus is calling you out to be a lion. He's giving you strength. He wants you to lead your family, and he wants you to be masculine. I mean, God created us, Bill. He created us to be big, strong, muscled up. I mean, we have the ability to be stronger than women are. I mean, but when we look at the world that we're living in today, they want to dumb that down, and they want to kind of throw water on the masculine fire. But whenever there's a battle, whenever there's war, just take for instance, if we're out with our ladies and there's some guys who walk up and let's just say a guy walks up and slaps my wife on the butt. I mean, you think I'm just going to stand there and look at him and say, now, you probably shouldn't do things like that because Jesus wouldn't want you to do that. No, that's not what JoJo's going to do. I mean, Joey's going to get upset, and there's going to be some things that probably happen. Now, I'm going to try to not put my hands on, do violence, but it's not about just cowering down, because when you look at Jesus and you look at the lion in Jesus, well, the scriptures tell us that Jesus, he made a whip, ran people out of a temple. And so whenever I read that, I interpret it as God gave me permission to be a whip maker. I don't have to go around beating people with it. I don't have to whip people with it. But there's this instinct there where God gives men the ability for anger to swell up in them. Not that we sin, but we have this righteous indignation that swells up in us that causes us to go out and fight against the enemy, to fight against those that would come against our families, to shut the junk off that's on the internet or coming through our televisions. We shut that stuff down because we have set up this perimeter where, hey, this is our home and this is my kingdom, and I'm going to protect it as a man of God is called to do. And that's why it seems to me that so many men just don't want to go to church. They think that it's so feminine because they don't talk about the hard stuff anymore. They just kind of sweep all that stuff aside. But I'm just the opposite. I want men to know that Jesus he was a man's man, and there's a lot for us to learn from him. 100%.